Hello and wonderful to see you once again. I just want to say some of my kind followers have asked me, what do we do during these uncertain times? What do we have to do during this uncertain time? We need to realize and wake up. We need to realize that our genius of being a human, our genius can only flower only when we are challenged, it seems. All other times, we tend to continue to carry on with our nonsense that we have learned to live with until such time the nature throws something at you, you freeze, you go into a panic, you go into a situational unawareness rather than situation awareness, because you have been living by ignoring the realities of this existence and going on about your psychological drama as life. That is certainly not life, and that is certainly not encouraging to see it as life. What's so important is that, so my response to the dear followers and people who always ask me questions is that your life is never locked or never locked down. It is the environment that you are existing is what is locked down. If you're so dependent on a reflective and a compulsive way of living, this will come as a surprise. This will come as a shock. This will come as a challenging, and most definitely anxiety will rise. The distress will come to the center of your mind, and the daily life, stress, mental concerns, mental issues, mental well-being, health well-being, all will come to the surface when you are deprived of your freedom, deprived of your very life form that you have taken on through a compulsive and a very reflective manner. What's so important is that remind yourself that you are mortal, that you're fragile, and your life is happening for you, provided the environment that you live, the surrounding that you exist, the very air that you breathe, the very freshness of life that you are, can only thrive as long as you understand that life within you needs to be first. Life within you needs to be able to sense the importance of reality, the importance of fragility, importance of mortality. Only then you realize what is important and what is all of these psychological nonsense of dramas that have been played out. None of those should come to the surface as long as you have stepped in and learned to know who you are and what you are as a life. Not as what you take on with your family, take on with your friends, take on down the pub, take on down at the party, take on at the work front, take on with your football team, your politics, your religion, your identity, your race, your gender, your color. All of this will come to the surface only once your survival and once your stomach is taken care of. Remind yourself, folks, not everything vital to life is not locked down. Because if it was, your existence will cease to exist. Remember, the very sunrise is not in a lockdown. The very sun energies are not locked down. The very sun warmth and light is not locked down. It is sad that you are closing your eyes, unable to see the light because you're drunk, or your curtains are drawn, or you are unable to get up in the morning because the night before you've been getting drunk, getting drugged, and getting all of the things that you think might fix all of the dramas you play out. It is sad that as human beings, we have learned completely the opposite to what the nature intended for you, for me, and for life here on earth. The fresh air is not locked down, but we have fouled it very much so that we can't even breathe it properly. These days, we have to be even sensitive to where we are, how far we are from one another before we breathe in or breathe out. And this is all because of our intention to be exclusive. I means illness, we means wellness for all. And as a wholesome of the planet and every other life, and down to the micro cell, microscopic life that exists here. The family time is never locked down. You're fully involved. You've been given the opportunity to replenish, rejuvenate the energies that you have lost. Rushing, going nowhere, but getting yourself tangled. Friendship is not locked down. You can build bridges as solid as the foundation can be to last for long, and for so many to bridge that gap and be an extension of life, and that is not locked down. Creativity is not locked down. You can be creative in these challenging times. Is the best time for you to actually shine bright, see something different through the situation that is facing you and everyone that you depend and everyone that you rely upon, and see the solution rather than enhancing the problem. If you believe in fate, if you believe in something higher and important to your life, the prayer, the peace, the reflection, the understanding of to know how to be connected with the creation and the Creator. The prayer is not locked down. Your contemplation of peaceful, close, content life in connection with the creation and the Creator is not locked down. Hobbies, your imaginations, your creative, ambitious opportunities that you have, limitless opportunities you have, they're not locked down. None of them are. Kindness, your smiles, your wonderfulness, your generosity, your peaceful nature, your smiles, your embracing and enormous connection to being inclusive is not locked down. For you to enhance your knowledge through living the life of experience, of living it and learning from it and enhancing for new possibilities, new opportunities, new endeavors, and new creations, new creativity. Those aren't locked down. A wonderful conversation of understanding, wonderful conversation of being able to relate to one another in a conversation, in reflection, in silence, in inclusive nature. They are not locked down. Imaginations, aspirations, inspirations, energy, all of those life enhancing, life empowering opportunities aren't locked down. The sunset, the sunrise, one of the most powerful times of the day, have been missed out by almost every human being other than all other creatures, are there to realize the energy that is. If you look up in the sky, in the evening sky and early morning skies, sunrise and sunset, regardless of the cloud base, you will see the other creatures, the birds, the animals, the wildlife. Every life is moving. When there's light, there's so much. If you open your eyes, you're fortunate enough to open your eyes, there's so much life to experience, folks. I just wish, I simply wish, rather than watching your most wonderful video, most wonderful Netflix, most wonderful TV debate, why don't you listen to yourself and hear me out? Listen to some of my words. Maybe they relate to you in a different way through your experience of life. But for me, I lived and I touched and I felt and I smelled and I could see the suffering, struggle, pain, desperation, enormous struggle that every life is going through on this planet. And it is a creation of mankind because of their greed, because the planet is here to support every life and its needs, but it's not here to support the greed of few individuals and the intentions that they have road mapped for you. It's so sad. But within the sadness, there comes the light of hope, light of energy, light of brightness in life. And that isn't locked down. And that can only happen with your conscious, responsible, involved inclusiveness to life and feeling it with the utmost connection to the very life form that you are. The cherry blossom season is already upon us. They're not locked down. The nature is not locked down. It's happening for you. Your breath, your heartbeat, your every subatomic particle of your body is in transaction with the entire existence and its life form. It's only you trying to be exclusive and trying to live exclusive. Tell me if you are able to. You're not a human. You're not life on this planet. Even the stones, the trees, the plants, they are in transaction with the existence and the nature and the mother nature that supports it all. Nourishing, flowering, throwing out fruits, deeply rooted to the Mother Earth, providing life for you, for me, for all other creatures in a wholesome and a most inclusive ways. Cherish what you have, folks. Hold on to the life that you are. Nurture it. Share it. Care it. In this brief and a and a very, very short period of time that we have here to exist and to experience our life. It is time that we all come together to understand this is the time that we can rise and see ourselves beyond our psychological dramas and see ourselves as a beacon of hope, beacon of light, beacon of warmth, beacon of energy, beacon of attention and connection and extension to one another. If every one of us did our part of being this, an extension to another life, there is no need for us to get into another pandemic of different proportion. This is all to make you feel less. I have a video about that, and this video is about people who are concerned about the lockdown. What is life is not lockdown. What is compulsive may be locked down to remind you of the life that we are, the fragility that we are, the uncertainties and the realities of the existence that we live and share and that supports us. It is time for us to take a slow, steady inward step, and when we realize ourselves and our mortality is real and it is uncertain and it is fragile, once you sense this as a human being, as a life, you will live an intelligent, a phenomenal life to the fullest and in the most profound and in the most magical way, because you will realize the logic that you learn was not life. Logic you learn was fixing the outside whilst the inside is boiling and in turmoil, whilst the inside is poisoned by the thought, the emotions, and the negativity that you have propagated, that you have managed in a way that it has made you cripple, made your faculties of life crippled, made your entire way of life dependent and supported by what is not life. To me, I hope that every human being is capable of this. The creation and the creator has done a phenomenal job in making you a human being, giving you the opportunity to explore the endless possibilities as a human being. And it is in turn your time now, if you ever believe in the creator and a greater force, to see that you do your bit in this short, brief moment of time you're here and serve him with everything you've got, and that is your life. And it is time for us to all step out in a gentle, caring, and a most inclusive and most embracing way, that we become a wonderful being, so that we can be, regardless of the situation that is determining the situation that we face, the situation that we step into, that you are not an impediment, that you are not the problem, that you are seeing yourself in every situation, that you are content, and that you see yourself beyond the situation you face, and you see as a light, as an energy, as the warmth, as a wholesome life, that you become the extension to another life. And in turn, you live a long, a happy, a joyful, and most importantly, a magical life. I wish you all a beautiful weekend and a beautiful Saturday. The life is in your hand. It is entirely your job, and it is entirely your business to make it happen the way it is intended for. And that is to live a profound and an exuberant life